Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. You may be watching this video as it has just been released on our channel or watching this back in your own time, but welcome. My name is Leah and I'm a Senior Marketing Executive at Just IT and will be running this LinkedIn Masterclass for you today. This is a pre-recorded session, but we encourage you to use the comments box on this video if you have any questions or would like to leave any feedback. For a little bit of context, this video is being released as part of our Women in Tech celebrations this month, as we aim to help individuals feel more confident about getting and applying for roles within the technology industry. But this video can also be used by all to help develop your confidence and skill set on LinkedIn's platform. Let's get started and look at what we are going to cover together today. So today we're going to look at LinkedIn basics. We're going to look at how you can maximize your personal brand on your LinkedIn, understanding the benefits of LinkedIn, how to get started with posting and content ideas, and finding jobs within the platform. We're going to start with the basics and go through the top toolbar to look at what you get out of each section on LinkedIn, starting with the homepage. So here's an example of some content you will see on the homepage potentially, ranging from a business post to a more personal post via a poll. So LinkedIn content is quite varied these days. It used to be more of like a business focused platform, but now we are starting to see more personal posts as well. Polls are a very good interactive way to engage with your connections and also create a conversation via the comment section. And you will also see business posts, of course, such as hiring posts. So here's an example of Just IT's hiring post with multiple roles they were looking for a while ago and an email that people can reach out to, as well as a call to action link in the comment section with some more information. So this is where some roles could appear if you're currently looking for a role, some nice polls and things you can get involved with to create engagement and interact with your audience as well. Just to say as well, before going on to the network section, LinkedIn requires a login. So if you haven't currently got a LinkedIn login, I would suggest heading over to the page to create one to then get the most out of the channel. Now we're going to look at My Network. So this is where your connection requests will show and a chance for you to accept or decline requests that come through. So connections are sort of like your friends within the platform. So you can obviously connect with people you already know. You can connect with those in the industry that you look up to, or someone in a role that you'd currently like to work for in the future, or a company you're interested in. These would be people you build your connections with, and every time you connect with someone, you can send them a personal connection request, including, for example, it was great to see you last week at this event. I'd love to connect, or I'd love to speak with you a little bit more about roles you have within your company as a connection request. You can also follow people. So if there's somebody on the platform you want to see their content appear on your homepage, maybe a role model, influencer, and things like that, you can follow those people as well to see their content and also connect with them on a deeper level in the future via the connection button if you want to build that personal rapport. LinkedIn also has groups and events. So groups are available for people that are with similar interests looking for roles. There's hiring groups, there's apprenticeship groups, there's women in tech groups and things like that that you can join. And once you've been accepted, you'll be able to connect with people within the group who have similar interests and things to yourself. And events will also appear on your homepage, or you may get invited to an event via Messenger that allows you to sort of join and connect with people that are in these events, as well as watch content that may be of interest to you via a webinar, for example. There are also the grow and catch up sections. So this is where you'll see your connections milestones, such as if they've changed their job role, if they've had a work anniversary and a birthday, and then it allows you to send them a message to build your connection further and show that you have seen the changes within their milestones, and just keep on track with everything as well, because you might see your connection has currently started a role somewhere that you're interested in working for, or if they've had their birthday, of course it's nice to show that you are wishing them well. Jobs. So we will go into jobs a little bit more later on in the video and how to apply for jobs on the platform, but this is where your top pick jobs will show. So for example, when applying for roles, you can set up job top picks that you're looking for, and they will appear here, which I'll go into a little bit later on in the video. And you can also see the jobs you've saved. So that those will be applications that you have saved and want to come back to. So you might see a job role and think, I want to apply for that, but don't currently have the time at the moment. So you just click save, and that's where they'll appear here. The in progress jobs will be the ones that you've started to fill out but haven't quite finished yet, and then saved them. Applied for, of course, are the roles that you've applied for and submitted your application for. And archived might be old roles that you've applied for. And maybe if you apply for a role, you've heard back from the hiring manager, that's not currently a role you're looking for at the moment, you would stick that into the archive section. Preferences. So this is where you can set up your open to work button. You can select that as on if you'd like, and also detail what jobs you're looking for. So you can add multiple job titles, whether you're looking for an on-site role or a remote role, and the locations that you are open to as well. So this bit is really important because this will function into your top job picks, and it will also recommend jobs for you. So if you've specified you're looking for a London role, then only London roles should appear in your top job picks rather than across the country and things like that. So this will really allow you to tailor what you're looking for. You can also add if you want to immediately start work or if you're just casually looking. And you can also add an open to work banner on your profile photo. This will then be able to be used for recruiters only if you wanted to sort of not broadcast that you're looking for a role to your whole of your LinkedIn connections. Or if you're happy to, you can set it to all LinkedIn members, and then obviously it will allow your connections to see you're open for work and they may be able to help you as well. Job alert. So this is the top job picks we was talking about earlier. So then you would select that as on. You will be able to look for roles, job title, area, and then you can set an alert, and then you will be alerted of roles that are similar that come up over the next few months, and they will then appear on your top job picks, and then you can think if you are interested you can apply for those jobs as well. It's a really nice way to open your market to more and more roles that you have specified you're interested in, and you never know, there may be one that appears on there that you want to go and apply for and hopefully get. So let's look at my qualifications. So we're still under the preferences tab here. You can save your resume and application data. So LinkedIn addresses CVs as resumes, but I would select clicking that on. I would recommend this because then it will save all of your data and application answers. You can choose to share your resume data with recruiters if you want to, and then the section below is where you will add your up-to-date CV. So for those who have used LinkedIn for a while, you may have multiple CVs saved here, so I'd recommend heading to this section and rattling it down to your most up-to-date one, because this is what appears when you're applying for your jobs. And if not, if you currently have nothing there, then update your most recent CV and upload it here using the upload button. And then when you select done, when applying for roles, your CV should automatically pop up, which we will go over again later on in the video. Interview prep. So LinkedIn also has some great things that can help you develop your confidence and boost your skill set and practice. So obviously you can go on to the interview tab and fill out some common questions like tell me about yourself and why should we hire you? And some of these questions are quite daunting when the interviewer asks you this. Often people don't know what to say and things like that. So on here, you can practice your answers and get some feedback from LinkedIn. And you can also see sample answers from others as well, which is really, really helpful. Another great feature is the job seeker guidance. Again, this is where you can go if you want to improve things like your CV, your profile page, or if you want to get a referral. We are going to go over referrals in this video, but the other things I would recommend heading there, watching some videos. There might be some things on there that you don't know and some things that we might not cover in this video. So this is a great place as well to develop your profile and your CV further. Messaging. So we're going across now from jobs to messaging. So obviously this is where your messages from your connections will appear. You also will get email messages here, which are sponsored messages set up by companies that target profiles by their job role, industry, or interests, as an example. So if you fall under the category of their target market, then you may get some email messages from them promoting a job or an event and things like that. Also, if you message a hiring manager showing your interest for a role, their reply will show here. So on job applications, the hiring manager does often show on LinkedIn. Some people do send messages to say, I've applied for the role, I'd love to hear more, and things like that. So if you do that, then this is where the response will show. The messages will also appear in the bottom right corner of your screen at all times, even when on the home page as a preview. So you can click on there and see your messages and then go onto the bigger messaging button at the top to get full access to the whole page of messaging. So going across to notifications, so obviously it's pretty self-explanatory, but this is where your notifications will appear. So if you've had any responses to jobs, if anyone's tagged you in a post, or you've had any interaction on your own post, then this is where it will show. Okay, now we're going to move on to personal brand. A lot of people don't really know what the term personal brand means, so I thought it'd be easier to start off with a little breakdown of what we would say personal branding is. So, personal branding is the process of defining and promoting what you stand for as an individual. It's a chance to highlight your experiences, skills, and values that make you stand out from others. So, LinkedIn is a chance for you to define what you're looking for, what your values are. If you're looking for a company with certain values, then you can also state that as well. And also the experiences and skills that you have got under your belt at the moment and what you aspire to learn as well. Setting up your profile. So there's a couple of things we recommend at Just IT when setting up your profile. We'd recommend for you to have a clear headshot, obviously your full name and job title or a summary of what you're looking for, and the location of where you currently are based, because this will help recruiters see where you're looking for roles within the proximity of where you call home. And then obviously your previous experience and skill set will appear here, which is something you fill in down your profile on LinkedIn, which we will cover shortly. And a nice professional banner is also recommended as well. So this is an example of one you can create on a website such as Canva as example, which is free. Or if you wanted to add in something else that allows you to show your personality, maybe you've got a hobby or something that you want to show within the photo for now, and then when you're currently in a role, that the company will usually provide one for you to add as your banner anyway, which is on brand. But a nice professional banner is always recommended with your name and what you're looking for within the industry. Setting up your profile. So there is an about section where you can summarize your duties and skill set, and you can also include anything about the role you're in now, as well as if you're looking for a role. In the experience section, you'll add all of your previous roles and work experience. So even if you've done work experience for a week or a month, 2 months, still add it in here. It's great to see that some skills that you've done within retail, for example, will link into a role within the technology industry. So if you're highly organized, you've used spreadsheets and things like that, then people will see that and think that you'd be a great fit for their role. Recommendations. So we've obviously mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but recommendations are really important, and we recommend that you ask for these at the end of every process. Even if it's through work experience or a previous job role, they will be really helpful for people to land on your profile to get to know you and what you've provided for somebody in the past. You can also remember you don't have to publish every recommendation, and you can approve these to show on your profile. And you can also ask for amendments if needed and ask someone to amend it, and then you can add the version that you prefer onto your page to show for all. These recommendations will be from obviously people you've worked with and have a relationship with in the past, or you have a current relationship, recommending a project you've worked on together or your attitude towards a task and things like that. So we would also say don't forget to recommend others as well. So colleagues and managers you've worked with or for. Recommendations are always great. So they're obviously a big benefit to have on your profile. So definitely remember to give other people recommendations. Why is personal branding important? So, obviously, it's a modern method of business development and candidate attraction. By setting up your profile professionally, it will allow people to find you easily via LinkedIn search. And we also encourage everyone to keep their LinkedIn up to date and post frequently on the channel to be seen as active. So you can set up your LinkedIn personal brand, you can set up your profile, everything can be ready and up to scratch. But if you're not engaging with others and posting content, then you can be sort of be seen as a dead account on LinkedIn. So these two will go hand in hand, which we will cover later on in the video as well. What are the benefits of using LinkedIn? So, obviously, there's a lot of benefits we've covered already, but to highlight our top 7, we would say obviously, it allows you to gain exposure to hiring managers and recruiters. You can demonstrate your knowledge and skills that you currently have on the LinkedIn. You can use LinkedIn as a research tool, and it also has a great job board. You can obviously highlight your skills and talents as well and gain social proof from these through like recommendations and things like that. And you can follow companies and join LinkedIn groups that you're interested in or want to know more about. Why is LinkedIn a good business tool? LinkedIn is like an online CV. It's a platform that allows you to highlight all of your experience in one place, as well as search for roles and connect with hiring managers. You can also send personalized connection requests to those you want to speak to about new job offerings, for example, or if you've connected with someone or seen something that they've done recently that you'd like to know more about, you can obviously send them a message within the connection request. LinkedIn shows an open to work banner and a hiring banner. So these are really good features that allow people to see you're open to work if you're comfortable with setting this up. And you can also see who is hiring. So you might see a recruitment manager with a hiring banner and think they'd be a good person to speak to in terms of finding a new role. So, what are the benefits of building and engaging with your network? So, building your connections with the relevant people will help you get your name out there and connect with those in the industries you're interested in. It allows you to engage with others. So, by engaging with others, will drive engagement for yourself. So, if you see one of your connections has posted something, by liking and commenting on that, may also get your comment and post seen by other people that they are connected with, which allows more people to connect with you. And a strong network will also get to know you and what you're looking for. A lot of people often ask how many connections they should have on LinkedIn. So we always recommend starting off with 20 connections per day to build these up over time, which means you'll have 100 per week and obviously 5,200 per year if you stick to this sum. It will take time to build up your connections, but little and often is always good. And if you're constantly on top of connecting with people day by day, then this should just come naturally. What should I post and when? So a lot of people get confused on what they should post, and we will go over some content examples within the next couple of slides. But when to post, we always recommend 2 to 3 times a week, a maximum of once per day, as you don't want to send out too much content which spams your connections. We would also say to focus on what you share and not when. So over time, you may notice your connections are most active on certain days within certain times. But at the moment, to start off with, just focus on getting a post out there 2 to 3 times a week, and then over time you can build on your engagement and when your followers and connections are most active to reply to them. Content is really important because it shows you're active and engaged. It could increase opportunities for you as well, and it allows people to respond to your messages because they can see you're active. So you may have sent someone a message and they would thought, oh, I'll come back to that later. If they see you're actively posting and commenting on things, they're more likely to get back to you. Examples of content. So here's a couple of examples for people that are unsure what to post to get started. So you could post some recent updates, such as the story of a challenge you've overcome recently. Quotes, so motivational quotes or industry statistics. Photographs, if you're at work events, training events. You could even take a screenshot of today's video if you want to share that on your page to say that you're invested in getting yourself more active on LinkedIn and are going to be posting some more over the next few weeks so everyone can stay tuned. Memes, again, obviously, we mentioned earlier that LinkedIn is becoming a bit more personal, so you can post memes about your pain points and memes about LinkedIn or within the industry, and polls as well. So, polls are a great way to create debate. You can encourage people to vote for certain things in a business or personal perspective and encourage people to comment their thoughts as well. Post structure, again, it's completely up to you how you want to structure your post. But if you're struggling, this is how we would recommend people in-house to structure their posts. So we would say a nice headline is good with your body copy underneath. If you're using a call to action to direct people elsewhere, such as if you're promoting a product or something, for example, if you're doing this via a hyperlink, we always include it in the comment section. So we want the main post to focus on the headline, body copy, and imagery, which will capture your audience to want to click on the post. Whereas if you're directing someone elsewhere away from LinkedIn's platform, we always say to use the call to action within the comment section. Imagery is a really important one. As mentioned on the screen, it creates an additional 15 to 20% reach. So we would definitely say to go for that. Add in a nice image to your post and promotes this, and then it makes people that are scrolling through hundreds of posts on their homepage stop and have a look at what you've promoted. Daily activity, again, obviously, as we've mentioned about building your connections up over time, we also want to mention the 3-step system on getting yourself started. So if you spend at least 5 minutes per day on each activity, this will allow you to build up your LinkedIn profile. So obviously, starting off with building your connections, which we've covered. Creating content, that would be number 2. So at the start of the week, maybe thinking about what sort of content you want to share that week, and then engaging with others. So allocating some time to like and comment on your connections posts you find interesting, post within groups, and message people who have viewed your profile or that you have recently connected with. If you're someone who has used LinkedIn for a while, we always recommend the social selling index. Obviously, if you're first starting off, then you please come back to this in a few months' time when you're a bit more active and things on LinkedIn. Then this is a really good tool to see where improvements lie. So it's just a website that you can access via Google. It allows you to look at where the pain points are and what sort of aspects you need to work on more. So it might tell you that you need to find more people or engage with more insights and build more relationships. So this is a way of just having a look at how you can put more and more into your LinkedIn that you're maybe struggling with, and it obviously rates you out of 100. So then it's a nice to go back to and continue to build up your score over time with. As promised, I mentioned we would go over how to apply for jobs on LinkedIn. So you would go back to the jobs section of the toolbar as mentioned previously and use the search bar at the top to look for any roles that you are interested in applying for. Administrator assistant is an example I've used and specified that I'm looking for in London. And then there is a filter option, so you are able to add in different filters, such as if you're looking for an entry level role, when the role was posted, full-time or part-time role, the salary you're looking for, as well as industry, remote, and commitments. You can also, if we just go back one, set up your job alerts there. So you'd select the button, set alert, and then jobs like this would then come up in your top pick section, which we previously looked at earlier. Under some LinkedIn job applications, there is also an easy apply button. Not all of the roles have this, as some of them have a longer application process and others direct you directly to the company's website for the role you're applying for, so you can apply there directly through their own recruitment applications that they have set up. But I wanted to quickly go over the easy apply because a lot of people see this and are not sure what is covered within it. So once you click easy apply, your contact information will pull from your LinkedIn profile. So if you notice anything in there is incorrect, then you should go back and edit your profile before submitting this application. You can also mark the job as a top job choice and it has 3 top jobs per month. If you've set up your CV as shown earlier on in the session, your CV should show here, but if not, just click on the upload resume button, add your up-to-date CV here and press submit application. There is also a save button. So again, as mentioned before, you can save applications if you're not quite ready to apply for them. So if you see an application or a job you're interested in and you think, oh, I filled out question 1, I'm going to come back to that, or I haven't got the time to put into this yet, but I do want to apply for this role, click save and it will automatically appear under your saved jobs. We've now reached the end of the session. Thank you to everyone who attended today. We hope you found this useful. Feel free to follow our business page on LinkedIn to see the sort of content we post for inspiration, and we will also respond to any comments you have added to this video shortly. If you have any further questions regarding the session or anything at Just IT, please send us an email on hello@justit.co.uk. And we would just want to say again, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again on our YouTube channel.